pass, couldn't get there. Jack Johnson pushes it forward. Clark easily paddles that one to the corner. Little scrum of the corner for the puck. Team Morgan able to pick it up. Centering pass, bounces off a couple skates. Flamini couldn't get that one. It's a one-on-one back the other way. Ooh, trying to get past the last man there was Nick Smith. Good defensive play to keep that one out of a breakaway.
Yeah, had a really good chance, though. If he could have veered to the outside, wait for his defenseman to jump up in the play. I believe it was Sean Goff trailing up, and we know how dangerous he can be jumping up in the play.
Speaking of defensemen jumping up into the play, Alvarado had the puck for a second. He loves to do that in this league as well, but it's taken the other way by Schmaggy. Just over the line on sides. Backhander over towards the net, snagged out of the air by Sherbati, making his third save of the game.
Yeah, Sherbati had himself an interesting game last week, but it was a game for a goaltender that is one where you look at it and you just kind of shake your head. The first shot was right above his blocker side, right next to the ear. He almost had no chance. Then he didn't see a shot for 11 minutes. Then he had to sit there and sulk for 11 minutes about it while his team put on offensive pressure, but couldn't get one to go.
Team Miller with a chance. That one glances wide. It's Team Morgan back the other way. Here's Jacob Brandt. Tries to feed himself with the pass off the boards. Couldn't get going. 8 minutes gone in the first period. Scoreless here from Big B Coffee Ice Cube of Brighton as the net comes off his hinges. A little bit of a body pushed into the net, and we'll have a stoppage in play.
So that's one thing that I think it's good for Sherbati to see the puck early. I mean, he hasn't even been really busy today, I would say, either. Only handful of looks. Yeah, of course, none of them have. But in the essence of Sherbati, it means just a little bit more after what happened early on last week's game. I mean, he still finished with nearly 10 saves on just, I think, 11 shots was his recorded total in half of the game. But it's tough as a goalie when that kind of thing happens to you.
Here comes Team Miller with a rush. Alex Green tracking down that puck in the corner, picked up by number 46, Cooper Massimino. Down low, nifty no-look pass over to Green. Green has that one taken from him. DeBiro centering pass there, picked up by Cyganski, looking for that corner blocker save by Sherbati. DeBiro once more. Pokes that one forward. Cyganski able to get a stick on it to Green. Green down low, looking for an open lane. DeBiro picks it up. One-timer. That one, not a full shaft of the stick on that as it glances to the corner. So here's another chance. Team Miller buzzing on the offense. Good defensive play. Crunches him to the boards. And Team Morgan able to get out. But not many fresh bodies on the ice. Here's another chance. That one into the body of Sherbati and covers up the rebound.
Yeah, really good rebound control hit there. DeBiro full head of steam, and no one was watching him either on the near side post. He kind of just had prime real estate going to the net. He just had a full head of steam and nobody there to stop him. So if that rebound ricochets 1 foot more off of the mask, which is a tough rebound to control nonetheless, but goes just a little in front of Sherbati, you're probably looking at DeBiro going to the backhand and tucking it in.
Flamini skating for Howell High School will stick that one forward. DePonio chases. Anthony DePonio with it. He's got his head up. Back to the point. One-timer glances over. Dumas with a backhander, nobody home. But DePonio able to pick it up. His shot goes wide. Kept it at the blue line, thrown on the net. I guess that's the first official save there by Hunter Clark.
And the other thing I'm looking at for Team Miller is I know it's minimal on the benches, 10 for Team Miller and 8 on the other side for Team Morgan. I know it's a minimal difference of 2 skaters, and you think to yourself, how much can that really affect it? But we saw it early on. The shorter benches, the attrition definitely settles in. So definitely looking for Team Miller to get it deep, put pressure, and stretch the ice out.
Anthony DePonio with it. Self-pass off the boards, but can't get past number 43, Sean Goff. Flamini no-looks one over to Dumas. Dumas over the line. Backhands one far side for Weaver. Dumas gets it back. Shot on net. Saved, and looking to make another shot on there was DePonio. He thinks twice. Shot from the point. Blocked by House. Up and out of play with 9:26 to go and a scoreless first. It's been a rather slow start. I feel like we've seen lots of shots early on in the first. maybe because it's a rematch, these teams, they know each other better. They know their tendencies. They know how to disrupt and get into lanes. Here's a shot. Big save there by Clark, shrugging the shoulder. Rebound out in front, back of the net it goes.
You got pretty lucky with that rebound control, given the fact of how out of his crease he had the challenge right there. I mean, he was a good step and a half out of the blue paint.
T. Miller will send one off the back dasher. First one on it, Brett Hauer for Team Morgan. Leiter takes that one by himself through 4. He beats him, trying to go backhand near side. Couldn't complete the crazy play. Big save there by Sherbati.
Yeah, it's a good stick right there. Really good stick. He knew that Leiter had that puck not really necessarily on a string. Kind of had to reel it more in, and Sherbati took advantage of that, put a paddle on it, disrupted the play just enough to make that puck roll off the heel.
Leiter trying to do his best Connor McDavid impression, skating through 4 defensemen. Here comes Team Morgan. Alvarado, he's got the speed, chases that one down. Low angle shot off the side of the net, looking for that near side corner. That pass goes errant. Down the ice it slips. Icing on Team Miller. 8:04 to play in a 0-0 first.
You know Alvarado will take those risks. You know that he'll kind of shoot the puck from anywhere, and as a goaltender, you have to be aware of that. So when you're looking over right now at Hunter Clark, you have to be aware anytime 43 has the puck in blue that it could come on net from any angle. I think the minute you cross center ice, that's a possibility.
Alvarado will pick it up. He'll backhand one over to Levin. Levin works behind the net. That wasn't Alvarado. That was Trenton Rockman in the corner. That one lifted up into the netting. Luckily, it's not the NHL where there's not much net there, and that would have been a penalty. Obviously, no harm, no foul in the Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns season. Alex Kiro battles for the puck in the corner. Up at the blue line. Shot taken by Walkup, tipped just wide by it looked like number 14, Jacob Brandt, tried to tip that one back door. Rockman with the interception. Throws it across the blue line, nobody home. DeBiro can't get through the second man. Vince Walkup walking it himself over that blue line. Puts on the brakes. Bodies collide behind the net. Levin tried to connect with his teammate, but it's taken the other way. Here comes Green.
Really good pass.
That one over the top corner, far side.
Really good entrance pass right there. You would have loved to see it just be a step in, or a half of a step in front and spring him to the outside. He's had nothing really to do, but I don't hate the shot selection right there on the outer edge.
DeBiro just a moment ago taking a shot. Looked like he wanted to bank that off the mask of Sherbati, but found the shoulder instead. DeBiro once more gets tangled up by Flamini. Flamini with it behind the net. Pestered by DeBiro, it slips out the zone. 6:20 to go, 0-0 first. Here's Sean Goff as nearly everybody goes off in a change. Takes that shot off the body of Sherbati and wide. Battle of the 46s, won by Team Miller's 46 JT House as it's taken the other way. Here comes Team Morgan. Jack Dumas with it. He's got some speed. Breaks towards the net. Saved by Clark.
I just don't think he got all of it. I'm looking at that shot from Dumas, and that's not a shot you necessarily see him miss. He's pretty fancy, and he likes to elevate, and it just looks like he didn't get all the lumber on that one. I don't think he meant to try to go 5-hole.
He gets it right back. Another opportunity. Lifts that one a little higher. Saving that one was Clark.
Yeah, I told you he's fancy.
Sherbati paddles it over to Brett Hauer. Brett Hauer's pass eventually gets there. Anthony DePonio over the line. DePonio centering pass. Good defensive play there. Able to clog that gap up.
Look out.
Here comes Aiden McDonald. McDonald throws on the backhand. Nifty move. Puck was still loose, but whistle has been blown, and we always listen to the Stripes here, and we love and respect the Stripes here, of course.
Had a couple of those last week as well, where a couple quick whistles were delivered, and one of them was quite game-changing, too. It was a goal that JT House thought he had. They were down 2-0. It was the game that Silas Burner stole from the World, but that was a big whistle to go, because if it doesn't, JT House had a wide-open net and a tap-in. He actually did put it in the back of the net.
Schmaggy behind the net, throws one right against the post. It skips up, and Sherbati able to keep it out of harm's way. Schmaggy on the dot against Dumas. Dumas able to win that. Picked up by Baldridge Jr. for Team Miller. Cooper Massimino, never mind. That's his teammate taking it instead. It's number 12, Luke Weaver, skating for the Honey Baked AAA squad. Over the far side he goes. "15 minutes gone in the first period. Schmaggy jousting over center. Slips down to the Team Morgan end. Leiter with it. Jackson Leiter skating for Catholic Central. So that one takes an awkward bounce off the net. Shot taken, saved by Sherbati. Number 14, Nick Smith, was looking for the first goal of the game right there.
Really good pass from Schmaggy right there. It's really good. He had nothing. He couldn't do anything. He takes that puck going to the far side corner. His forehand, yeah, you might cycle it back up top, but took a risk right there. I think he saw out of his left eye that Smith was cutting to the near side post, and to put it tape to tape behind the back, no look, just kind of slap it there. It's an impressive play.
Leiter battling against Flamini, slips to Schmaggy. Schmaggy head up looking for a replay of last chance, but here comes Team Morgan with some speed. Alvarado breaking in, shot taken, that one's into the back of the net. Cameron Alvarado scores the first goal of the game.
I could have told you where he was going with that puck all the way. The minute that he's streaking down, you could tell he's going short side with the body language as well. You see that shot so popular now, what Alvarado just did. It all started because of Austin Matthews in a random NHL game, and I believe it was a Wednesday night where he did it. And the minute you kick that leg up, everyone thinks top shelf. Everyone thinks you're trying to be fancy, and you go down low. That's textbook. That's just knowing how to beat a goalie in the modern way.
So Team Morgan scores the first goal of the game, courtesy of Cameron Alvarado, assisted by number 48, Vince Walkup. 1-0 lead for the team in blue. Here comes DeBiro looking to answer. Good move, gets through the defense. Mark DeBiro. Now Green back to DeBiro. DeBiro head up, takes a shot just over.
He didn't like that one. He rolled off his blade, and you could see right as he released it, he was not happy.
That one barely staying in. DeBiro able to get over to his teammate, taking the shot there right into the body and lifting his head up to into the air was Aiden Schweinigan. He wanted more on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shot that Sherbati will have every time. He could see it didn't move, and there's no discredit to Schweinigan. He kind of just get rid of that puck as fast as he could, for lack of better words, but Sherbati there was nowhere to go with that puck but a shot, and I mean, he was able to track it all the way.
Evan Zyganski at center. Possible 3-on-2. That shot blockered aside by Sherbati.
Sherbati's looked shaky at times coming in this week in previous games, but I mean, everything that Team Morgan's given him right now is just, he can see it. They're letting him get comfortable and letting him get in a groove, and that's where we've seen Jacob Sherbati be very, very dangerous.
Here's a chance to get to a 2-0 lead. That shot taken by number 27, Jack Johnson.
They got to get traffic in front if you're Team Miller. The looks offensively have just been so easy for Sherbati to just settle in, see the puck, feel the puck. It's almost like he's taking warm-ups.
Zyganski will put it behind the net. Cooper Massimino with it. Massimino over the line. Brandt to his right. Good defensive play there by Evan Zyganski. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first. That shot taken, saved by Clark. Here's Massimino up at the point. Near side for Rockman. Levin with it, puts it down low. Rockman with it once more. Under 2 minutes to play. Rockman trying to squeeze through two. Couldn't do so as it's sent down the ice by Team Miller.
I like this pressure that Team Morgan's got, the 1-0 lead, and they flipped the game. All they needed was Alvarado to find the back of the net, and it's almost just like something's changed on that bench because early on I would have to say Team Miller was controlling, but combination of offense clicking and getting a goal on the board, and also the combination of your goaltender making the saves and proving that, hey, we're good on the back end, get going on the other 100 feet.
Puck won by Team Morgan. Back at the point, Massimino will stick it down low. That pass taken the other way. Can Team Miller clear? Yes, they do. Over center they go. 3-on-1 opportunity for Team Miller to tie this one up. Shot taken into the shoulder of Sherbati.
Smart decision on the shot, but Sherbati knew it all the way.
Went far side trying to cause a rebound there, but didn't get the rebound they want as we have our first penalty of the game. Trenton Rockman slips to the ice. I didn't see who tripped him. It looks like number 12, Maxwell Brennan, will sit for what he hopes is 2 minutes in the sin bin. First penalty and power play of the game, brought to you by Bigby Coffee, I guess. Why not?
That's just one of those where if you're Brandon in the box, you're just thinking to yourself, what did I do wrong this morning to make the hockey gods mad? Because that's one where you're just trying to make a play. He's trying to split the needle between two guys, and he just ran into your stick. He blows a tire, and the whistle goes to favor of the team in blue.
Minute 15 to go in the first. Team Morgan looking to extend their lead to 2-0. Dumas throws it back up to the point. Back to Dumas. Dumas shot taken, and Clark gobbles that one up.
This is big. This is a big kill for Team Miller, and they really need Hunter Clark to be on his head right here. You need your best penalty killer to be your goalie, but especially early on when we've seen that when teams get big leads, it's almost as if so far this summer, the team with the big lead, of course, there's just no coming back.
One-timer by Flamini. Hunter Clark comes over and makes the save. Less than a minute to go in the first. Power play for another minute 30 as that one's cleared to center.
I mean, that was an absolute rocket.
Vince Walkup with it, skating for CompuWare AAA. He's got an assist on the Cameron Alvarado goal. Nobody can get possession. Finally, for a second, it was Team Miller, but it's Team Morgan taking it the other way. Flamini off the glass and down. 30 seconds to go. Flamini lays a hit there behind the net. Results in them getting the puck, so we'll take it. DePonio backhands one down low. Flamini picks it up. 20 seconds to go.
They can finally set up. It's been chaos and just chaos for Team Morgan on this power play, and it's still chaos.
More
Team
chaos.
Miller is not letting them play on the outside.
DePonio with it. 11 on the clock. 45 remaining on this power play. Flamini from the point over to Dumas. 4 seconds. Centering pass. Couldn't handle that one was DePonio. And the clock will hit 0. End of the first here between Team Morgan and Team Miller in Week 4 of Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns. We've got a 1-0 score courtesy of Cameron Alvarado, assisted by Vince Walkup.
Yeah, right now, I mean, you're looking at this power play. I like what Team Miller's doing. They're wreaking havoc. They're causing ruckus, and they're not letting Team Morgan set up. But what that does, when, especially with Team Miller's sake, it looks like they're running a box, but at the same time they're not. They're kind of running a triangle +1, and what that does is opens up the seams for a power play, and that's what Team Morgan's been doing. You saw right there with Anthony DePonio streaking down on the near side post up in the high circle. That's exactly what it did. The aggressiveness towards the puck carrier and towards the strong side opens up the seams and opens up the middle of the ice, and that's exactly what Team Morgan looked like they were trying to take advantage of in the later half of that power play. They still got 38, but this faceoff means a lot. You want to win this draw. You don't want a Team Miller win. Team Miller waste time dumping. That's half the power play you have remaining gone.
And you said it right. At that the first half of the power play, Team Miller produced chaos. They didn't let them set up, even though Team Morgan had a couple decent possessions in the offensive zone. It wasn't clean. They couldn't really set up. It wasn't until the last second of the period until they had some decent looks, but it didn't really accumulate to anything good. But 38 seconds remaining on the power play, and if you're unfamiliar of how we rock here at Michigan Elite Hockey, we do 20-minute periods. Yes, I said that, of course. We cut the ice halfway through the second period. We just have about a 2 to 3 minute break between the first and the second. So we'll get a refreshing of the ice later in this period. And the second period is underway here from Bigby Coffee Ice Cube of Brighton. Thanks so much for joining us. Ryan Radosevich joined by Sean Massa. And we got 25 seconds of power play time remaining for Team Morgan.
I mean, right there, short-handed power play breakout for Team Morgan, and Team Miller runs a strong side trap inside the blue line. That's not necessarily what you'd think you would see.
The teams have switched sides as well. Obviously, with the period change, we follow that as well. Sean Goff, short-handed, looking to make it 1-1, and it slips low glove side.
Nope.
Oh, they're calling it off, though. Looks like an interference penalty instead. Sean Goff thought he tied the game. The refs call it right back.
Yeah, that was blatant interference, and I think the officials at first were confused on who interfered with who, but it was pretty clear DeBiro interfered right there. I mean, I think both guys just went for a hit, and I don't want to say DeBiro won the battle, but something happened to the point where he was the one who got the interference call. It's a tough one.
So we'll have a 5-on-3 for a second, now a 5-on-4, as DeBiro will be the man sitting in the box. Brennan coming out. But here's another chance for Team Miller with a man down. Goff thought he tied the game up, but it unfortunately was another penalty called on them that negated that. So 0 for 1 on the first power play, but Team Morgan's got another chance.
They're still not letting them have anything easy. I love it from Team Miller. It's risky, it's gutsy, but at the same time, I mean, Team Morgan's thinking to themselves, we can set up, have a nice power play with some chances, some good puck movement, and Team Miller's just saying absolutely not.
1:18 remaining on the power play. Here's a chance. Down the ice, top corner, Cameron Alvarado makes it 2 goals today. It's a 2-0 lead. That's a power play goal for the young man.
So when we talked about in the offensive end, Ryan, we said the havoc wreaking on the penalty kill opens up the seams in your setup. Well, it also opens up the far blue line in a stretch pass. That's exactly what it was. Just goes through the middle of the ice. There was nobody home even close to him. And Alvarado found himself streaking at the blue line. I loved what Team Morgan did. They had Alvarado on the near side blue line and another attacker on the far side. They did just a very basic cross, and the defenseman had to pick who they go to, and they picked wrong. At least the scoreboard will say so.
So a 2-0 lead for Team Morgan. Alvarado just cherry picking on that blue line, gets that beautiful feed from number 7, Mikey Yee, who picks up his first assist of the game, and it's a 2-0 score for the team in the blue.
There might be more. Here we go.
Here's a chance.
Good
Able
save.
to block a little bit of that was Kiro.
It's a really good save. It changed direction on him.
Loose puck in the middle slot taken by Team Miller. Team Miller looking to respond. They're down at 2-0 in this one. 2 minutes gone in the second period. As Levin takes a little bit of a bump from behind, goes to the ice. Here comes Lucas Milne.
Someone's got to join him.
Milne all alone. That one off the side of the net. For a second, it caught me. I do have my glasses on this week. I made sure I brought them.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good for you to see.
Yes, very good. My eyesight isn't the worst without him, but it makes hockey a lot easier to watch. We'll say that. Kiro chasing that one down in his own zone. The skater out of south line. That's picked off there. Anthony DePonio squeezing in. Never mind. Sent down the ice it goes. McDonald. That one too hot to handle for him. But he'll get board positioning there.
McDonald's one of the more skilled players in open ice. I really like that Team Morgan's not letting him get into open ice. Every time he has the puck, it seems like they're just trying to wreak havoc on him.
Massimino gets over the line, but not off the puck, so delayed offsides, but we keep play going. Anthony DePonio with it. Across the blue line he goes, looking for that cross-ice feed. It eventually gets there, but Weaver didn't have a clean look at it. Good stick lift there by DePonio. Gets it to Weaver. Taken by Solomon. Sticks in near side. Smith with it. Nick Smith over the line, looking to undress the man in front of him, Lucas Bredauer, but he said no. Here's a chance for Team Morgan, looking to make it 3-0. Good poke check there by Solomon. Rebound in front. Ooh, I thought for a second Luke Weaver was going to be able to get up and make something out of nothing there, but he was kind of pinned down on the ice by himself. Here comes Nick Smith, backhander, saved by Sherbati. 4 minutes gone in the second period, a 2-0 lead by Team Morgan. Cameron Alvarado with both of the goals for his team. looking for the hat trick later on in this one. Sadly, I did not bring a hat, so won't be throwing it if so. And plus, there's a big net here that I probably couldn't get it over. Good move at the line. Shot taken. Absolutely beautiful there. Vince Walkup makes it a 3-0 game. Adds to his 1 assist on the day. What a play there by Walkup.
Same exact thing. It's happened 3 times. Team Miller has to change something because that's the 3rd time they've been beat because they're aggressive. Very aggressive going out to the blue line. Even more aggressive than you'd like to see because you obviously never want to let the opposition's defenders play with the puck at the blue line. But you never want to give them an opportunity to do that. And that walk-up had every lane in the world open that he could have gone to right there.
So Vince Walkup gets the 3rd goal of the game. Jack Dumas, number 42, picks up the primary assist here in the 2nd period. Nearing 5 minutes gone in said period. Team Miller 1-2 on the season. They fell in week 1 against this Team Morgan squad 5-4 in dramatic fashion. They find themselves in a 3-0 pit. They really got to get the next goal going. Here's a chance. That one slips towards the net. Vince Walkup in the corner. Looks like Alex Green battling against him. Gets it over to DeBiro. DeBiro, Baldridge at the point. Weaver able to disrupt that, and here comes Team Morgan back the other way. Dumas able to steal that one out of Clark's keep. Dumas to the far side for Weaver. Weaver back up to the point, Flamini. Looking for Dumas. Dumas able to get a stick on it. Sputters over towards Clark, and he makes the save.
Dumas is ultra talented, and he really impressed last week a lot. I mean, first 2 weeks, yes, but last week was kind of eye-opening for me when looking at the game of Jack Dumas. But he's shown out today, too. I mean, might not show it on the stat sheet, but he's all over the place. Well, it does. He has an assist, but same time.
Kiro gets it. He'll spin it over to Milne.
Uh-oh.
Here's a 3-on-1 advantage here. Stick loose. Milne with it. That one skips on him. Oh, unlucky skip there as he just flutters one towards the net. A couple of things went wrong there for both teams. It got to even out, I guess.
I think more things went wrong for Team Miller, and not just the fact that the puck danced and bounced over Milne's blade, but the fact that both JT House and Aiden McDonald both went to the net. On a 3-on-1, they both went to the net, and no one stayed back and gave an outlet or a drop or a trailer option to Milne at all. He was set up for failure as much as it's unfortunate the puck bounced over his stick. Even then, you saw him pull up last minute, Ryan, and look, and he saw nothing and said, okay, I guess I'm throwing it towards the net.
He does force the faceoff, which they'll get a second faceoff right after the House shot, but second one, nothing doing for Team Miller. They need to get the next goal in this game. It isn't completely over if they go down 4-0. We've seen crazier things in other seasons of Michigan Elite Hockey, but I don't think we've seen a 3-0 comeback all season long. It is week 4. We're halfway through this, but I mean, we see crazy things
with the parity we've seen this year. I mean, you take out Team Slater, of course, but the parity that we've seen throughout this young summer season so far, I mean, it just shows you that you can't let games get out of hand, because if you do, it's not probably going to be a fun second half.
Here's a chance for Team Miller. Low angle shot, kicked to the side by Sherbati. Mikey Yee with it. Yee dancing over the line. Looks over his shoulder as it goes to the corner. Brett Auer with it. Pestered there. He'll spin it to the line for Massimino.
Uh-oh.
Alvarado down low. Cross-ice feed. Oh, Johnson fans on it. Gets it back. Oh, he gets it right past the goaltender. That one skips over the line. Johnson rights his wrongs, and now it's a 4-0 lead for Team Morgan.
Cameron Alvarado in open space is nasty. I think it's the only word you can look to it, because, oh, my goodness. The minute that I saw, it was a short area, small area, 3-on-1 with Alvarado with the puck veering out of the corner. You knew where the puck was going. You knew it was getting there, and it was all up to the other end to finish off the job. And, well, they did, and my goodness, this is impressive.
This lead is now ballooning for Team Morgan. Johnson with his first goal of the game, assisted by number 43, Cameron Alvarado. So the young man now has 2 goals and an assist. We're not even halfway through this one. 13:33 to play as Sherbati covers that one up, and This is going to be a tough uphill battle for Team Miller.
Remember when I said that Team Morgan needed to support their goaltender after the tough week Shabati had last week, where, of course, he had to sulk on the goal and then watch his team not be able to tack on a goal on the other end to even it up? Well, they did. It all started with a few big saves from the Milford netminder, but nonetheless, they helped out.
Here's Sean Goff putting one towards that. Rebound in front. Smith tries to get it far side. Nothing doing as that one's sent off the net. Up and out of play. 13-15 to play in the second.
It's a great save. It's a really good stop, and it's really good defense right there to win the stick battle in front. And once again, Flamini in front of the net. He's been sensational, and definitely looking forward to his season for Howell.
That one glances just past the blue line in the air. Taken now at center by Maxwell Brennan. Sean Goff with it. He's shown what he could do as an offensive defenseman so far in this season. Spinning with it in his own zone, Solomon.
Ew.
You in a good way. As it's taken the other way, maybe it is too much you. Here comes Levin. Levin centering pass, nobody home for his squad. Sent to the center ice. Flamini puts on the brakes with his right foot and throws it into the offensive zone. They have to retouch up. A little bit of a delayed offsides as looking to make a clean entry is Team Miller. I spoke too soon. I thought they were going to get something going there, but that pass skips over Schmaggy. And here's number 14, Jacob Brandt. Brandt breaks towards the net, goes behind it. Backhander pass, that one finds Rockman.
That's underrated and overlooked defense from Sean Goff right there. He is 5 inches shorter than Jacob Brandt, was able to win the battle.
That's something that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but you absolutely love to see it. Here's Nick Smith. Surrounded by two, tries to break past the last man, couldn't do so. Flamini will pick it up instead. We're nearing the halfway point in the second period. Nick Smith with it once more. Great defense there. Able to get it past the outstretched stick of Smith. Here's Levin. Levin throws one towards the net. Clark in and out of the glove. Play continues. Baldridge Jr. throws it to the near side for Leiter. Leiter up to Schweinigan. Schmaggy with it. Trying to get past the last man there. Couldn't do so. Green throws it down low. Schmaggy picks it up. This would be a huge goal if Team Miller can get one on the board before our halftime break.
And that's over.
And it could have been cleaner, but it's back the other way. Team Morgan 2-on-2. Anthony DePonio crashes down to the ice, but Dumas will be able to pick it up. Jack Dumas with it. Exchanges positions for a second. Dumas gives it over to Weaver. Weaver somehow wins that battle. Back to Dumas. Dumas break towards the net. Cross ice feed. Nobody back door. Here's a 2-on-1 though for Team Miller. The pass gets there. Aiden with it. Couldn't handle it cleanly, and the back check gets there in time. 10:20 to go. Green with it. Centering pass there. Skips out of the slot. Taken by Dumas. Dumas didn't handle that one cleanly over line. Still on sides, though, as it's fed to Dumas, and Dumas makes this game 5-0 for Team Morgan just before the halftime break.
At the halftime break. I mean,
there it is.
Another small area game, 3-on-0, or 3-on-1, basically 3-on-0 with the fact that the defenseman with a deer frozen headlights off the bouncing puck. That's a tough one, and that's one. If you're looking at Hunter Clark after that, you're looking at him saying, I don't know what else you could have done on those five. There's not a single one where I'm looking at him saying you should have had that puck. Maybe the first goal to Alvarado, but then again, that move is at the given moment something that NHL goalies can't even stop. No one knows how to stop it yet, so I can't really fault them for it.
So we find ourselves at the halftime break, halfway through the second period. It's Team Morgan with a 5-0 lead. Once we're back, we'll change out the goaltenders and we'll get going with 10 minutes to go in the second period. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back. camera would just all of a sudden you Welcome back to the second half of Team Morgan versus Team Miller. Game 1 out of Game 2 of Week 4 of Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns Summer Draft League. And if you missed the first half of this one, well, you missed a lightning show from Team Morgan. 5-0 so far in this one. Team Miller not able to get one past Sherbati, as Sherbati's day will be done. It will be the backup, number 32, Reese Hutchinson, taken up between the pipes for Team Morgan. And for Team Miller, no backup goalie. Oh, wait, is there a backup? No, that looks like Hunter Clark. So it's still Hunter Clark in net for Team Miller. So hopefully he could get a little bit of help and some luckier bounces go his way, because it has not been the greatest game for Team Miller as a whole. Not blaming the goaltender at all. There's really not much he could do on those goals, but he's back in net, and hey, he'll be even stronger hopefully after the halftime break.
Yeah, with their loss last week, Reese Hutchinson was the second goalie, and he's the one the majority of the goals went in on. It was 1-0 despite a shot count of nearly 30-10 at the halfway mark. And it was just unfortunate for Reese Hutchinson because he came in and the game flipped. He made some fantastic stops, but the offense just disappeared for his own team.
I'm sure it's a 5-0 game for Team Morgan, but this reset at halftime could prove dividends, as that's a chance right out front for Aiden McDonald, making his first save of the game, Reese Hutchinson. Excuse me, I always sneak in a little bit of an N there in Hutchison, so excuse me if I do that. If you're a fan of the Detroit Lions or Michigan football, you probably know why I'm doing that, but excuse me on that. It's Reese Hutchison, as here's a chance for Team Morgan.
Good pass, drop one more.
Ooh, just off the top corner junction. Alvarado looking for the hat trick. He's got 2 goals and assist.
That's a heat check right there. The smart play right there, and I think Alvarado would admit it, was to drop it and kind of curl back up towards the wall and towards the circle, but his stick is hot. Oh,
Green drops one back to Schmaggy, and that's the first goal of the game for Team Miller. They break that 5-goal streak, and Lucas Schmaggy with the first goal for his squad.
I mean, that's just, Hutchison wasn't necessarily expecting that shot to that spot. Low glove and just beats him over the pad. That's a tough one, but if you're Team Miller, it's no hate to Hutchison. He let in a few last week, and so if you're Team Miller, you're looking at it going, hey, other teams have gotten to him. Why can't we get to him? And you got one. You can't come back if you don't get one.
One goal can start an avalanche of goals. We saw that happen for Team Morgan in the first half, and now that we've had that break, the script could flip. As I look at the script here, 4 more goals in a row for Team Miller. Are you reading that on the script? Do you see that? There's another one right there. Oh, my goodness. Was that Nick Smith with the goal? I'm not too sure. I was looking at the script. That doesn't exist. But now, just like that, that's 2 quick goals, and Nick Smith makes this just a 3-goal game.
That's the exact same play we saw earlier with these two teams, Ryan. It was when it was in the first period on the other end. If you recall, Lucas Schmaggy behind the back, no-look dish in front for Nick Smith just to jam it in. And Sherbati got the best of him. Well, on that one, Hutchinson was a little late on the challenge, and it just allowed for an uncontested jam for Nick Smith. So he didn't even shoot that puck. He just threw his stick towards the net.
So 2 minutes into the halftime break here, I guess 12 minutes into the second period, if you're keeping track. We have now just a 3-goal game, so just like that, you know, we got an interesting one here as another shot is thrown on that. That one's saved just wide. Leiter with it at center. Over the line he goes. He's got Brennan as a trail. He'll drop it off to him. Brennan, nifty move. That one squibs back to the point. Nick Smith will score the second goal for his team. Sean Goff gets the primary assist on that one.
There's some swagger, I think, right now coming from the Team Miller end. It's just they're skating a little faster now. And you want to say it's because of the 2 goals, and it very well might be, but something was said in the locker room because they look like a faster team right now.
Maybe they had some Big B coffee. I don't think we provide that in the locker rooms at all. We do provide BioSteel, I know that.
Uh-oh.
Sean Goff, here we go, looking to add a goal to his assist tally. Rings one off the bar, up and out of play. Oh, my goodness. Now that's a heat check as well.
That release is lethal. And for Reese Hutchinson right now, you are thanking every god in your mind. Every
give that crossbar a kiss right there.
That would have been 3 shots, 3 goals. And I don't know if given the fact the goalie split these games, if coaches would pull a goalie, but I don't know. If that would have went in, I think we might have seen it.
Here comes Weaver weaving his way in. Good play there defensively by Baldridge. Presses him to the boards. Outlet pass. Here comes Lucas Milne. Milne into the zone. Shot taken up near the chin of Hutchison. Kept in at the blue line by Solomon.
Hutchinson has to be careful. Uh-oh.
Swinigan with it. Takes another shot. Saved out in front. Flamini picks up that garbage and throws it over to Weaver.
Yeah, he needed those 2 saves from just easy shots.
2-on-1 for Team Morgan. Here they go. Saved by Hunter Clark. Dumas was waiting for it on the far side, but it never got over to him. Flamini at center. He'll pat one down low. Anthony DePonio, the first one on it. Gives it off to Weaver. I should say leaves it to Weaver there. As below the net he goes, loses it. Dumas able to pick up the open puck.
Weaver's a very talented hockey player in the offensive end, but I really want to see him use that frame.
Weaver once more. He'll pat it down low for Anthony DePonio. DePonio, nifty move, evades one. High slot, Flamini one-timer, saved by Clark.
Clark's even looking like he's got a little extra swagger to him now, and as a goalie, you see 5 going in the first 30 minutes. That can really, really detriment your mind.
But you see 2 go in for your team, and all of a sudden, all the life back in the world for everybody on Team Miller's squad.
Yeah, it's still a 3-goal game, but at the same time, it's a 3-goal game, and I think if you told Team Miller after the first part of that game that,
oh never mind. Maybe a bit of a Castor Cheeks. Cameron Alvarado picks up his 3rd goal of the game. Throw those hats, ladies and gentlemen. 4 points for the young man. He's listed as a defenseman, but I swear he's playing forward, especially with the numbers he's putting up.
It makes sense. I mean, he's a 4th forward kind of player. They've moved him up in this game. He's playing on the wing, and you see NHL teams do it all the time. It's not necessarily a bad strategy when you have such talented offensive defensemen, and this is impressive. He's really showing. I'd be shocked if they put him back on the blue line no matter what for the next coming up weeks.
So 3 goals and 4 points rather for Cameron Alvarado on this one, and we still got 5 minutes to play in the middle stanza.
Reminds me of that LSU pitcher that got the chance to hit in the College World Series and hit a home run. You get the opportunity to play the position that you want to. Every defenseman wants to be a forward. It's just how it is. If you get the chance to play that position, you just want to give your coach no choice but to let you keep doing it. So, I mean, he probably has no choice but to let him keep doing it now with 4 points, dominating. That stick is hot. He's a crossbar away from having 4 goals and an assist right now.
True. If it wasn't for that crossbar being where it was, Could have been 4. He's definitely swinging for the yard, if I could pull a baseball term from that LSU video you're quoting. I think you said that. Somebody could fact check me on that.
I'll fact check you. The quote was, I'm a pitcher. Might as well go yard.
There we go. That's close enough.
I know the entire interview by heart.
It is a good moment. If somebody's wondering what you're talking about, what do they search to find that?
I can't remember the athlete's name, to be honest, but LSU pitcher, pinch hit, home run, College World Series.
There you go.
You'll find it.
You'll be enlightened. It's a great video. Great sports story as well. Give you a nice laugh as Cameron Alvarado has laughed his way to 3 goals and an assist. He's making a mockery of team. I'm kidding. He's having a good game. We'll say that. Here comes Jack Johnson.
It's really good gap control from Cyganski.
Now here's a break for Team Miller. They did have 4-on-3 for the time being, picked up by Brennan.
I think the one thing I didn't mention with that goal is that's big for Reese Hutchison.
Hutchison makes a save there on the wraparound from Brennan. Nick Smith with it. Backhands one over towards the net, looking to connect with Schmaggy, already with 1. Couldn't get it there.
Because as much as a goaltender as you want to look at it and go, okay, I let in 2, but it's still 5-2, you're thinking of it as, okay, I let in 2 in 2 minutes. If we lose this game, that's detrimental. But your offense has your back. That's just kind of a weight lifted off your shoulders. It feels good.
And we've said this many times, but it's always extremely hard if you're the goaltender coming in the middle of the game. Everybody else is warmed up, and you don't really get any warm-up at all, and you're just elevated between the pipes as here comes Alvarado. Look at him make it a 5-point game. But that one sticks to Clark, and he'll make the save.
That one actually hit off the post. I don't know if you heard it. It hit off the post. That was right between Clark hugging the post on the blocker's side. It definitely probably hit the outside of the post, but it hit iron.
So 2 posts hit and 3 goals and assists so far for Alvarado as he takes a seat on the bench. Puck won by Team Morgan. Shot from the point. Flamini glances off a body wide. Schweinigan tries to connect with DeBiro. Couldn't, as Flamini will backhand one deep. Goff stabs it over to the near side. Schweinigan through center. Cross ice feed. Milne will be able to track that one down. 2:45 to go in the second period.
Once again, a good stick by Flamini. He's really, really sound in his own end. And, I mean, the last couple weeks he's impressed me more so with his ability in transition in the neutral zone to kickstart breakouts.
Leiter with it. Over the line. Dances his way through 4. Still with it. Throws one towards the net. Glance off a body. Rebound opportunity. Thrown just wide.
You want to talk about impressive hockey players. Just look at any of the Catholic Central Shamrocks that are here. And right there was Leiter. He's shifty.
Rockman throws one. Saved by Clark. Rockman gets its own rebound. Walk up. Couldn't get that one. Here comes Team Miller with numbers. 3-on-2. But a good backtrack there by Walkup. Slows it down. Milne now picks it up. Centering pass. Fanned down there by Schweinigan.
Yeah, Goff wanted that puck so bad. I don't blame him.
Here he is now with it. Throws one towards the net. That one just over the head of Hutchison.
That was an angry shot.
Goff off the boards. DeBiro picks it up. DeBiro over to Schweinigan. 1:30 to play in the second period. A 6-2 lead for Team Morgan. It was 5-0. Team Miller cut it to 5-2, and then it was Cameron Alvarado completing the hat trick to make it 6-3. Here's Leiter with it. Leiter to House. House over the line. House pestered by Flamini. Flamini takes it. Flamini with his head up the whole way. Ooh, just outside the reach of Milne. That could have been a one-on-one opportunity for Team Miller. It slips down the ice for icing with 2 seconds under a minute to play in the second period.
I think right now for Team Morgan, I think obviously this last 58 seconds, I think you need 2 shots. I just think you need a little more pressure. You kind of just want to let Team Miller know that, hey, it's 6-2 for a reason. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get any ideas. Well, Mark Baldridge might have another idea.
Baldridge to House. Over the line they go. McDonald to House, a little bit of miscommunication, but Green's able to pick it up. 40 seconds remaining in the second period. Green with it. Down low in the corner, picked up by Massimino. Shifts it over to his teammate.
Weaver's got to get rid of that puck quicker.
That one can't be cleared. McDonald throws one near the net, just wide. JT House now trying to pick it up. Dumas the first one on it. Pushes that one over to Weaver. Weaver going cross ice off the skate of DePonio. 14 seconds remaining in the second period. Solomon uses his body as a shield. 4 seconds to go. Can they get something on net as the time trickles down? The answer is no. The buzzer will sound. And after 40 minutes of play from the Big B Coffee Ice Cube of Brighton, we have a 6-2 lead for Team Morgan. A quick goal recap to you, brought to you by, I don't know, if you want it brought to you by you, hit us up. It'll be brought to you by you, but the goal recap, courtesy of whoever, the first goal scorer of the game, Cameron Alvarado, scored with an assist by Vince Walkup. Cameron Alvarado doubled up after that, getting his second goal of the game. Third goal of the game scored by Vince Walkup with an assist and a goal on today so far. Fourth goal of the game, Jack Johnson making it a 4-0 lead. And then Jack Dumas, just before halftime, made it a 5-0 lead for Team Morgan. That's when, outside the halftime break, Lucas Schmaggy finally got one for Team Miller. Nick Smith made it a second, then Cameron Alvarado, just a couple minutes after they cut the lead to 3, got his fourth goal of the game. And that's where we sit 6-2 with Team Morgan in the lead.
This last period is an interesting one because you look at it and you think to yourself, 6-2, it's not looking pretty, and then you think to yourself, well, you saw Team Miller score 2 in the blink of an eye in 2 minutes, but it looks like Team Morgan kind of came out of the break, maybe think we can coast. Those 2 goals went in, and they kind of said, okay, let's focus back up, and now it looks like the Team Morgan we saw that tacked on 5 in 30 minutes.
Into the third period we go. Luke Morgan's squad up 6-2. Team Morgan, of course, coached by Luke Morgan. He was a left wing at the University of Michigan for 4 seasons. So he's got a lot of experience underneath his belt. Teams have flip sides for the third period, so it will be Team Morgan attacking the net on the left side of your screen, and Team Miller looking to cut into that lead as Brennan tried to snap one top corner. Says Hutchinson with the glove.
Good glove. Good glove from Hutchinson, and normally when you see a goaltender let up goals early, especially a young goaltender, they get frantic. They get kind of, they forget their fundamentals and forget their positioning. It's a good job to hold the post right there from Hutchinson. Glove was in the perfect spot. That's exactly what he's taught by whatever monstrous goalie coach he works with in the Metro Detroit area. I know there's a lot of them that are really, really good.
Icing will bring this puck back. We've seen a lot of great goalie play in this season, all season long. I used to be a goaltender, not for long, sadly. Wish I continued with it, but it's been great to see these goaltenders play. And even though they get thrown into the situation, making the save there once more as Hutchinson halfway through the game sometimes, they are impressive.
You want to talk about goaltending later on. Silas Berner and John Ward look like the goalie matchup. Charlie Nebus also on the depth chart, but we'll see who gets to start there. But nonetheless, all 3 of those guys, Charlie Nebus, 22 saves shutout last week. Berner, 32 saves on 33 shots. And then we all know what John Ward does, and he's the lone goalie.
And the first shutout in Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns history as well came last week in that 4-0 game. And if you're looking for Game 2, it'll come up just about around 8:05 p.m. That'll be undefeated Team Slater taking on 1-2 Team Posa, another rematch from Week 1 where, of course, Team Slater took that one. But right now we got a game to settle. It's Team Morgan versus Team Miller. Team Morgan with a 6-2 lead, trying to sweep the regular season against Team Miller 2-0, and they got a 4-goal lead to do so.
That was a tight window breakout pass from Flamini. It's impressive that he even got it there.
Nick Smith can't clear that one. Flamini walked it for a second, then threw it on net. Down low, Cyganski throws it over to his defenseman pair, Alex Kiro. Here's some numbers for Team Miller. Nick Smith, great play by Flamini. We've been saying his name all day long on defense, and there's a reason why. Schmaggy with it. Passes that one to himself. Dumas will step in and take it instead. Anthony DePonio picks it up. Now it's Weaver. Luke Weaver stick handles his way through center into the offensive zone. Weaver cross-ice feed. Dumas all alone. Spinning shot. Clark comes on top of his crease and makes the save.
Good challenge by Clark. It's a really, really, really good play because he knew that Dumas really was just going to turn and spin. He wasn't going to have time to set it up, and I don't think he necessarily trusted his defense right there to close out on Dumas. I think he thought to himself with the way that he left out the dry in a couple times that he was going to have to make the challenge and do it himself kind of, but he got some help. It's good team defense, good goaltending, all the above.
Here's Team Miller. It's Milne breaking in. He's had some chances, throws it on the backhand, travels behind the net. Milne still with it. Good move, evades one, but can't evade the second. Finally comes free for Massimino. Massimino backhands one over to Alvarado. Massimino once more. The offense is set up. Here they go.
It's an okay breakout. It's a weird breakout.
It was weird. It seemed like more of a power play breakout than a normal one.
It didn't feel like it was going to go well just off the bat when you had Johnson and Alvarado streaking up the blue before the puck was even past the hash marks. I think Team Morgan is still under the impression that Team Miller is going to be ultra aggressive defensively and beat them like they did in the first period, but that's not been the case early on in the second half. They've kind of let back and playing traditional style. Oh, no.
Alvarado, that one off the mask of Clark. That was a quick wrister. Before he knew it, it was off his forehand and into the face of Clark as here comes Team Miller. Sean Goff presses in down low, throws it to the point. McDonald tries to get it towards the net. It's broken up. Brett Auer throws it to the boards. Goes to work. It's picked up instead by Team Miller. Spinning with that one is Leiter. Back up to the point. McDonald winds one up. Saved by the blocker of Hutchison. Oh, and takes a favorable bounce to Alvarado off the glass. 2-on-1.
He's going to keep it.
Tries to go for the pass last second. Now JT House will pick it up. 4 minutes gone in the last period of play in this one. Unless we see a miraculous comeback, it looks like Team Morgan will be picking up their second victory on the season. Second victory against the same team as well. McDonald picks this one up in his own end. Snaps it far side for Solomon. That pass doesn't get there. Green pressuring Walkup. Walkup, nice play, gets it over to Flamini. Flamini pestered by two. House will take it from him. Over to McDonald, back to House. They're playing 1 foot catch with the puck in the corner as it's taken the other way by Team Morgan.
Yup. Good
Levin to
pass.
Flamini. Flamini with speed. Goes for that far side, kicked out by Clark. Solomon just throws it to the center ice before really seeing his man free. That goes far side, a little trip to the ice, no arm in the air.
Oh.
Big hit right in front of the Team Morgan bench. As House just laid the hit, now he's got a shot looking for the near side post. Couldn't get it there as that one would trickle all the way down the ice.
Although he almost got sent into his own bench, for Jacob Brandt to make that defensive play, that's impressive on the back check because the bigger frame, yeah, have the longer strides, but he was flat-footed to start, was able to keep pace with the smaller but looked like faster defenseman who's already in stride, and then that long reach, of course, is just lethal. If you know how to use that long reach defensively and get your stick in passing lanes, you're going to go a long way in the game of hockey. Coaches will look at that long reach and the ability to use it, and they will salivate. Oh, my.
Ooh, nice move by Walkup, looking to get another one. Good stick in the lane defensively. That one skips up and out of play, and if we were playing football, we would have a field goal, I think.
Once again, though, it's another big-time defensive play from a guy who knows how to use their reach right there. It's one of the more, I think, slept-on things in hockey that you look at is people don't look at it as something scouts will notice that much, but the ability to use your reach or make do with what you have.
6 minutes gone in the third period.
I mean, I was around so many scouts from the NHL and ended up being the New York Rangers that took him, but E.J. Emery out of the NTDP, that was the main conversation with him. Tall, lengthy, 6'1", 6'2", if you want to be nice, defenseman, right-handed from the NTDP U18s, ends up slipping a little bit because of some offensive question marks, but what scouts raved about was the ability to use the stick in the defensive end, and that's every question we ever got about E.J. Emery was, is he really as good as he is defensively? And when they show up, it's holy cow. So it's definitely a moment or thing in hockey that you sleep on, and for the wrong reasons.
Brendan throws a shot on net, kick saved by Hutchison. Schmaggy with it. He's got his team's first goal of this one. He would love to double up on that.
And speaking of that reach, that's another one. I mean, oh boy.
And the reach, unfortunately, will be the cause of a penalty. So fortunately for Team Miller, they haven't had a power play all game long. They're going to get thrown onto their first man advantage in this one, as it looks like, I believe, number 46, Cooper Massimino, yep, will sit in the penalty box.
I'm going to be intrigued to see how Team Morgan reacts to this penalty kill if they try to give Team Miller a taste of their own medicine.
Zyganski towards the net looking for a tip in front with Smith. Couldn't get it, and making the save was Hutchison.
I mean, you can be aggressive, but you can't leave two guys wide open in front of your goaltender. Reese Hutchison is probably just thinking to himself, guys, please help.
He's so lucky that that rebound wasn't just put into the back of the net off a one-stick handle. This game stays 6-2.
Especially given the fact it's Nick Smith that was in front of that. He already has one goal from that area today, and that's where he thrives. Once again, that long stick.
Nick Smith into the zone, centering pass, scooping up the garbage back door, and getting it out of the way was Team Morgan. Alex Curo at center with it.
You can make a nice career off of being in front of the net. I know many guys who have gone to play Division I hockey just because they are good in front of the net. They use their reach, and that's exactly what Nick Smith does, so you got to watch out for him. They have him down low right now.
60 seconds remaining on the power play. Curo's pass gets blocked by Weaver, and it'll trickle down all the way in the Team Miller end. Here comes Schmaggy. Already one goal for his team. Throws a shot on net, rebound in front. Able to cover it up is Hutchison with 47 seconds remaining on the man advantage.
And that just looked like it was rushed from Schmaggy in the midst of a change. But I don't hate it, because now you get the face-off, of course, and that's exactly what I think he was trying to do. I don't think he was looking to really score there. I mean, obviously, you're looking to score every shot you take, but I don't think the first thing in his mind there was, I'm going to go end-to-end and score. I think it was, I want the whistle, I want the setup on the offensive end.
Fresh set of skaters out for Team Miller. So they're looking to cut into this 4-goal lead. Sean Goff with it, throws it down low. Spinning a pass back was DeBiro. Sean Goff with it, low angle. Skips off, I believe, the shoulder of Hutchison. Milne, nobody home. Alvarado picks it up. 20 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Team Miller, their first of the night. Here's a chance, winding up Milne, spinning pass, throws it down low to DeBiro, who had a chance back door, but that space quickly got taken up by the left leg of Hutchison.
I love the ability that Leiter has on the offensive end right there. He started that entire thing, and he's dangerous in open space, and definitely going to be one of those pieces that high school hockey's going to look at and say, damn, he's a shamrock.
Jack Johnson, good move, gets away from one as the penalty time will trickle down. 2 seconds and 1, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Team Miller cannot capitalize on their first power play opportunity of the evening. That would have been a great little kickstart to what would have been a crazy comeback, but still time on the clock, 11:11 to go in the third. Nice edge work there by Sean Goff, tries to get over the line. Standing up on the line was Lucas Bredauer. That one backhanded in, easily taken by Massimino. This one finds its way to Alvarado with numbers. He's got Johnson to his side, throws it over. That one right through the skates. Handcuffed him on that pass.
A great look, though. It was one that I didn't expect him to get going.
Nice move there. Throwing one onto the net was Milne, blocker save. Massimino will leave one for his teammate Bredauer. Bredauer will spin one back, but JT House has that one skip over his stick at the blue line of battle for her now. Aiden McDonald, pestered by two, able to get it away, but that could have gone way wrong there for Team Miller. Goff able to press his body up the boards and take the puck. Goff drops it off to Green one-timer, lasered wide. House with a chance. That one slips over the crease. McDonald couldn't handle that pass from Goff. He was making a pivot at the line. Sullivan will give it to Goff. Goff, a long shift now as McDonald will take it in. McDonald, nice little toe drag. That one maybe got a bit of the glove up on top of the glass. Green with it. Tries to feed House. It's taken the other way by Alvarado. Excuse me, that's not Alvarado. That's Rockman. Alvarado now with it. Takes a shot. Putting his body on the line was Baldridge making the block.
I mean, offensive players just have days where it kind of seems like every puck is just gravitating to them, and it feels like they have a magnet right in the middle of their blade. That's what it feels like with Cameron Alvarado right now. Obviously the point production, but he could have so many more. It's a post away from 4 goals. He's this away, and he's just barely missed a few.
Alex Green with it. Down low, going to work. It's taken instead by Rockman. Rockman dangerously out in front, but he looks like he knows what he's doing as he skips one over to Walkup. Walkup with a goal and an assist so far on the game. Walkup down low. Good change of directions there. Gets it back up to the point. Flamini. Flamini, shot taken, saved Clark through traffic. Still loose in front, a scramble for it. Gets back to the point. Flamini winds up, and that one finds the back of the net. Team Morgan reclaims their 5-goal lead as Dylan Flamini blasts one into the net.
Yeah, Dylan Flamini, I mean, it was about time because how active he's been on the offensive end, how good he's been in transition. It's about time he just gets one to go his way, and, I mean, it's just throwing the puck to the net. Every hockey game I can find you an instance where you throw the puck to the net, especially from the blue line, you just put it through traffic and hope it pinballs or finds its way through the trees, and that golf ball found the green.
Put the puck on the net and good things can happen. You'll hear me say that probably about 100 times this season, so sorry in advance as Brennan goes over the line. Barely onside. Flamini will get that goal, assisted by Trenton Rockman. Rockman will pick up his first assist of the night. Jacob Brand picking up the secondary assist on that goal as well. So back up to a 5-goal lead for Team Morgan, looking to make it 2-0 in the win column against Team Miller on this season as we have eclipsed the 8-minute mark in the third. Here's another chance saved by Clark, net off its hinges, so the whistle will blow, saving Clark, but I think he even made that second save there, sprawling out. Yeah. Very impressive.
Had it in the glove, and it's a good stop right there. And I mean, you got to feel for Clark because I really don't think he's had a single bad goal given up today. It's just Team Morgan on the offensive end is getting every look they want, every bounce. Puck luck is going their way. It's just meant to be for them today, and Clark is unfortunately at the receiving end.
.735 remaining in this one. That will trickle down the ice. Kiro will pick it up. Kiro tries to spin back. 11 was possessing that area instead, and Schmaggy is up out in front. Ooh, stretch pass can't get there, and Nick Smith knew it. He raised his head to the sky after that one, but Schmaggy will be able to get in the offensive zone nonetheless. Schmaggy stick lift gets it going for the top corner. Good lift, but off the post it goes.
Schmaggy's got the skill set that it kind of baffles you because he's just really good at everything is what I see from Lucas Schmaggy.
Here comes Jacob Brandt, breaks past the last man, backhander rises over the corner.
He's just really well-rounded, especially in the offensive end. I really like the way that he's able to operate the puck. And I mean, he's had a few opportunities in a few games prior to this one where it's just been the stick, is hot, and it's just everything goes in the back of the net. So versatility at its best.
Here comes Jacob Brandt. Brandt over the line. He had Brett Hauer joining him. Dumas picks up the loose puck, one-timer into the back of the net. Team Morgan extends their lead. Jake Dumas gets his second goal and third point of the evening.
That's probably the first one I'll say you should have had. That's probably the first one. But at this point, I mean, they just got the 2-point conversion. And it's unfortunate, but I mean, 7 have gone in the back of the net. Oh, you finally let one in that's probably you should have had, but I mean, at this point, confidence has got to be a little low for Clark. But, on the other hand, what a goal from Dumas. I mean, heads up, did his job. He's had a few of those today where he's just had to turn and fire it. Well, that one went his way.
Yeah, the other turn and fire shot he had, Clark knew what he was doing, so before Dumas could turn and see what he had to shoot out, Clark pretty much closed up all the holes and met him on top of the crease, but unable to do that one there as that loose puck was just hammered back into the net. And now running away with it here is Team Morgan, 8-2 with 6 minutes to go in the third. Team Miller looking to just cut that lead down, make it look like a better loss, if I could say that, as it's saved by Hutchison.
Well, I mean, they always say that sometimes teams have other teams' numbers. Team Morgan has looked really good 2 of their 4 games this year. They've both been against Team Miller. They've looked good in other games, but they've looked fantastic in both games against Team Miller.
Last goal of the game scored by Dumas, like I said, his second goal and first assist, 3 points on the night for him. And Jacob Brandt assisted on the last 2 goals of the game for his squad. He's got 2 assists in this one. This one slips all the way down the ice, no icing. Massimino takes that pass from Hutchison. DeBiro centering pass, nobody there.
I mean, this is a game where, oh boy, DePonio nearly had it right there. If he could have had 1 more millisecond with the puck, I think he would have made the move to the outside.
Golf with it, maybe 1 move too many as he loses it. Here comes Anthony DePonio, pressed to the glass by Milne. His teammates like that. Even though you're down late in this one, the effort you love to see. Leiter at center, poke check there by Weaver. Leiter gets it back though. He strides in, shot taken, looking for the corner, couldn't get it. Weaver leaves that puck at center. DeBiro says, I'll take that. And it's back to center once more. Solomon trying to get it through 2. He does, but he takes it right back off the bouncing puck. Walk up instead with it to Flamini. Throws it to 2. DePonio or Dumas didn't know who it was for, as that one is tipped deep into the Team Miller end. 4:14 remaining in the third. Team Morgan looking like they'll advance to 2-2 on the season, while Team Miller looking like they'll drop to 1-3. Walk-up fans on it, but corrects his mistakes, gets it over to Flamini. Dumas. That touch pass finds DePonio. We'll call that a touch pass. DePonio towards the net, circles it. Throws it, Weaver takes it. Loses it between his skates, back up to the point. Shot taken just wide by Flamini.
Smart from Flamini. He knew he was going to get pressured and had that puck poked in the neutral zone, so just get rid of it any chance you can.
Aiden McDonald over center, gets it to House. McDonald wants it back. House says, I'll take that. Low angle shot, goes wide. Weaver picks it up. Off the bench boards, taken the other way. Dumas able to put his body in front of that one. Here's Dumas. He's got Alvarado to his side. Dumas takes a shot. That one rings the post. McDonald able to take the puck away. 3 minutes to go. McDonald smooth with those mitts, but can't handle that one. As that one glances off his stick down the ice. Alvarado with that magnet on his stick gets it once more. Alvarado, no look pass. That one back to the point for Flamini. Flamini taking another point shot. That one whisks just wide. At center now, here comes Nick Smith looking to make it 2 goals on the night for him. Goes backhand, but shutting that post down was Hutchison.
Flamini got just enough of the stick.
Another chance there. Green right into the chest of Hutchison.
Flamini got just enough of the stick to break up and make it uncomfortable for Smith, and that's all he had to really do right there. And it does a job for Flamini, and he's off the ice now, 2:19. He might have 1 more shift, but he might not be the standout player from Team Morgan today, but he has been one of the standout players on both ends of the ice. Complete 200 feet game from a defenseman is always fun to see.
Jack Johnson throws it to Alvarado, coming over and making the save, making sure that's not a fourth goal for the young man. Clark had to go left, right, and center to make that one, but he keeps it between his legs with 2:07 to go in this one. Game 2 coming up in about 30 minutes or so. Team Slater will be taking on Team Posa. The last time those two teams met, it was a 5-2 victory for Team Slater, as they are currently cooking up an undefeated season, so stay tuned after this one to see if they keep going undefeated. They went undefeated last season too, the Slater squad, so if you get drafted by Chris Slater, they didn't go on to win the championship, but hey, at least you have an undefeated regular season. Zyganski with it. Gives it off to Schmaggy. Schmaggy delays. I like the poise with the puck there from Schmaggy, but Johnson says, I'll take that instead. Johnson with Alvarado to his side. Mikey Yee also lurking as well. Johnson leaves that one. Mikey Yee presses in. 1:30 to go in this one. Yee able to get possession. Alvarado will take that one from him. Loose puck. Who wants it? Team Morgan does. It's Jack Johnson throwing one towards net. Rebound, Alvarado. That one glances off of Clark, and to the side it goes. Mikey Yee with a chance. Clark meets that one. 70 seconds to go. Massimino will wrap one around the boards. Johnson will pick it up, backhands it down low for Yee. Mikey Yee with it. Back up to the point. Shot taken, and that one through heck of traffic. Finds the top corner, rings the post. And now that is up to a 7-goal lead, 9-2 for Team Morgan with just under a minute to play.
Vince Walkup's had a sneakily good game. He had the primary assist in the first goal of the game. He scores what we would think would be the last goal of the game, just throwing it towards the net. Hunter Clark is just rolling in eyes right now. You got to feel for the kid.
So Walkup will get his second goal of the game. Mikey Yee gets his second assist of the game. As we are now at 45 seconds to go in this one. And Leiter lights the lamp on that. Not much of a celebration, sadly, but Nicholas Leiter gets his first goal of the game. Now 9-3 for Team Morgan.
Well, I mean, might be too little too late, but looks like both of these teams, honestly, are looking like they're just trying to coast to the finish line. It's a tough one for Hutchison because, obviously, it hurts to let up a third goal, but at the same time, game's over.
A tough one for Team Miller. This has been the most lopsided
goodness.
one. Oh, making the save, Hutchinson. No paddle, it's broken. That's $300 behind the net, but he doesn't care. Sprawls out and makes the save. Holy.
I was getting ready to drop some wisdom, but I'll eat my words.
Walk up with it, pauses, looking for that corner as well. Making the save there was Clark. As Hutchinson doing his best Superman impression, and I don't think he's got a backup stick over at that bench.
Can't say I wasn't about to drop the line of if you're a goaltender, 10 the goal, but that's a really good stop.
Wraparound opportunity there for Rockman. 8 seconds to go, and this one is pretty much done and dusted. As Team Morgan, one last chance there. Buzzer hit 0. Team Morgan will take a 9-3 victory in the rematch of Week 1. They'll move to 2-2. Team Miller falls in this one. They'll go to 1-3 in a lopsided affair, and we'll have an interview with Calvin Alvarado, the 3-goal and 1-assist scorer on the afternoon, coming up in just a couple minutes. Then after that, it'll be Team Slater and Team Posa. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns Summer Draft League on YouTube. Team Morgan takes this one 9-3 against Team Miller. They move on to 2-2 on the season. Team Miller falls to 1-3. Cameron Alvarado beside me. You scored 3 goals, got an assist. How you feeling after that one, buddy?
I'm feeling pretty great. You know, great game by the boys.
You guys put up the most goals in this Young Gun season. You obviously scoring the hat trick. Sorry, I didn't have a hat to throw on the ice for you, but how'd you guys do it?
You know, we kept going. No matter the score, we just kept scoring, you know.
You guys faced this team earlier in the season. It was 4-4 till about 7 seconds to go. You guys got the win. What was the difference in week 4 compared to week 1?
You know, we're all just clicked, you know, today. Week 1, we didn't really know each other. Now we got some chem and we're rolling now.
There we go. And I'm here to settle the debate. You're listed as a defenseman. I've seen it week by week. I've seen you play a little bit defense, but you're lining up a forward. Are you a forward, defender? What is it?
I'm switching back and forth.
Switching back and forth. So next week, what is it going to be, judo?
I don't know yet. Whatever Morgan says.
However it's going, and
yeah.
How you like Luke Morgan behind the bench for you guys?
Great coach. You know, he gets us fired up. We're happy to play for him.
There we go. You guys move on to 2-2 rather, with the 9-3 victory. Cameron, thanks for joining me here.
Thank you.
And good luck next week. We'll see you guys in just about 10 or 15 minutes or so for Team Posa taking on Team Slater.